Hello there, this is Fred DeFalco, auctioneer for today's auction in Southwest Ranches, Florida. I will say good morning because it's awful early here. This is my 3 a.m. get up look. I'll see you this afternoon. I'll look much better, I promise you. Anyway, you've been through the property. This is the pre-auction video. You're going to be asked to acknowledge that you've watched this and you understand everything that's going on today at the auction. You got access when you first registered for this auction for the public folder where everything is disclosed, everything about the property, anything and everything you need to know. The most important is the terms and the conditions of the sale. That's the constitution for the sale. That's why we ask you to sign it, that you understand it and you acknowledge it. Today, I want you to focus. First of all, I want you to make sure you focus on all this, but and make sure there's no questions. But today, the folder number 8, day of the auction. If you're the highest bidder and the second highest bidder, these are all the disclosures you're going to be getting. Some of these you'll be required to sign and acknowledge, all standardized disclosures. The contract for sale that we're going to be using today is a standardized contract accepted by the Florida Realtors Association and the Florida Bar Association. Pretty straightforward and standard. Review that. Here is the day of the auction, bidding and day of the auction. Your last 4 digits of your driver's license number is going to be your bidder number. You'll need your driver's license to show me before you start bidding. It's going to be on Zoom. I am going to be on Zoom at 12:45 because the terms and conditions are so critical to understand. You've put up $15,000. That's at risk if you do not show up. So if there's any tech issues, we need to know that ahead of time. So that's why I'm getting on at 12:45. Pardon me. And the auction will start promptly at 1:30. The bidding, it's going to be less than 30 minutes. If you're the highest bidder and second highest bidder, you're going to need an extra 30 to 45 minutes to complete the contract. The Zoom information is there listed in your email where you got this video link. Any guest, you must register first and last name with us. And then make sure you confirm with all three of us. When you send a text message, add all three of these numbers. Um, if you're having any text issues or there's a question that you have that you haven't gotten an email back yet, I'm going to be talking to the bidders throughout the day, trying to reach you. If I haven't reached you already, most of you I've spoken with. So this is the day of the auction. Let's talk about the bidding. Pricing, if you go to acceleratedSale.com, this video, this 5-minute video, talks about the understanding of the real estate industry and the challenges that it has. This is a Zillow statistic. 36% of Americans admitted to crying during a home selling process. The entire auction process, if it's conducted properly, and this is where public pricing was formed back in 2010. If you go to the model explain, is because there's so much nonsense in real estate. So how do you get the true value? The courts define true value as what someone's willing to sell it for and someone willing to buy it for. That's the true value. But how do you get there? When you go to the model explained, it'll tell you that appraisers vary 20 to 35%. This particular seller, they had to get an appraisal because of a state that came in at 1,913,000. That can vary 35% south of it or north of it. It's that crazy. Yes, I mean that. I've done this for a long, long time. Even though this just started in 2010, read my history, how far it goes back in accelerated sales and in the methodology here. So this is removing all nonsense today. It's allowing it to be open to anybody and everybody. And the buyers have a right to say yes or no. The sellers have a right to say yes or no. But this is to remove all economic ambiguity. And that's what the process is for. So if you haven't been here, go over to the Model Explain. Um, and we'll be talking about this from 12. You can come on into the Zoom room if you have any questions about values. I'll be there. Okay, so focus on this. I will definitely be here at 12:45 on Zoom, and welcome you and answer any questions that you may have. So we'll see you there at, if not before, we'll see you there at 1:30, and looking forward to a really good time together and removing all economic ambiguity. You know, I call public pricing a buyer and seller collaboration system. You see it up here, seller and buyer collaboration system. This is the way real estate should be sold. So let's collaborate today. So I'm looking forward to collaborating with you, and so is the seller. So we'll see you at the auction. Thank you so much.